just want to ask about that document that you referred to. How can we review that? Because I'm new to this conversation. I'm 50 years on First Street, and I'm very concerned, like I said, of this trail in my backyard.
Sure.
Because there's going to be more foot traffic as opposed to bikes coming back there.
So,
So how do I read what's in that book?
my copy, I can't give it to you, but, we can ask Jim and Mike if they can put that online.
Okay, and where online?
So there's a website called metbranchtrail.com.
What is it called?
Met, like Metropolitan, but just Met Branch Trail, all one word, .com.
Hey, Jim, this is what I was talking about earlier, it's called a finding of no significant impact. It's the FONSI, it's the decision document. Is Mike and Jim, is this on the website as well?
I don't know if that's on the trail website, it's on the DDOT website. Your best bet would probably be to Google the Branch Trail Environmental Assessment.
Yeah, or maybe could we maybe put it on the Med Branch Trail?
My question is, where can we document our concerns as opposed to this forum where we're just talking, everybody's filling out stuff? Where can we document it?
So let's just step back and just know that this document was done, all the work completed with it in 2012. So this is all the public input and everything wrapped up in 2012
So that's
with
the
the
study why we need a bike trail?
That's the study. That was the one that looked at all the options for the bike trail from south of Fort Totten all the way
No, but
north.
who said we needed a trail? Who said that?
Garrett.
Well, I think it was.
Because for 50
it
years,
was
we
city
were fine
decision.
without a bike trail.
But you can review this document. You can certainly.
Okay.
This is a great document because you can learn a lot about the history of why, a little bit about the history of why this took place and all the different alignments, including, some that were presented up here tonight. So that documents why we are where we are right now. Just keep in mind that the one that we'll be doing in the future will document where we're going now with this re-examination of the section between Riggs and New Hampshire Avenue. So yeah, and that will be developed again with community input. Everybody will have a chance to weigh in.
Well, who's from the Park
objectives.
Services taking notes, or DDOT is taking notes about this?
We're taking notes, and we did,
I know we taking notes here, but I was wondering who else taking notes
Mike was
from
taking
here.
notes, and we did document these concerns, and as Dolly said, went over them one by one before coming. And let me just say, in case let's wait till we're done here, everyone's had a chance to speak.
So on the Metropolitan bike, on the website, how can you give dates as to when the trail's gonna be available? If it's already a done deal, then isn't it? Looking here, it seems like if you have the dates
What
when
do you have?
it's expected to be available,
We have a
it
schedule.
sounds like the plan
Yeah.
is.
Well, that's the schedule, but we've had schedules for 15 years, so, we haven't always met the schedule. That was the schedule for, I think you're looking at the schedule for the Fort Totten section
Yeah,
on the Manor, yeah. So from Bates Road up to Riggs, we have a schedule, and then another schedule from Riggs Road up to Aspen Street.
Based on this timeline, looks like those of us near Fort Cotton should expect to be able to ride south on a permanent trail in 2018, while the ride north on a permanent trail will have to wait until 2019, but you're giving dates, so sounds like it's a done deal.
Well, let me, yeah, Sally?
Oh, well, no, I finish and then I'd like to ask a question, Ms. Powell. When everyone concludes, I want to just ask.
Let him
one or
answer
two
that
questions,
question.
if that's okay.
What was the question?
That she,
Brenda,
Yeah,
what's your
so
question again?
we put together a schedule based on the design for this part that we're working on now. And that's what we think we are able to do. But, and I'm sorry if I did not make that clear, that basically based on the design contract that we had, that's how we were moving ahead. And I thought I made it clear, and I obviously didn't, or maybe it was clear, but it's not favorable, is that we were gonna try to move forward with the design because we couldn't, because of what Nick and I talked earlier, we can't just change the design. I mean, we can put in a different sign, or we can put in a different stripe, but we can't go into the woods with this design contract. That's not an approved alignment. So what we were trying to do is finish the design, and we broke it into two. South of Riggs Road, where we don't have a lot of community concerns, we have Metro and CSX, and we're gonna put that on a slightly faster track. And then north of Riggs Road, where we put it on a slightly slower track to try to address these concerns, but still keep it in the approved alignment. If we can't do that, if we can't keep it in the approved alignment, then the schedule will be missed. You know, and it's not about, you know, it's not about me, it's not about Jim Sebastian. This is the schedule, I mean, this is the project, the task that we have in front of us based on the approved alignment, with buy-in from our director, from the mayor, and I think from the council's office. If that is not the case, then we can reassess. It's not up to me.
Say South of Ridge Road. Have you met with people south of Ridge? I mean, what groups have you met with south of Ridge?
We went with 5, ANC 5, but it's along the Metro track, between the cement.
South of Ridge Road, ANC 5 is a bunch of other groups down there south of Ridge Road, like civic associations.
Right,
And, you know, have you met with all 3 of the civic associations?
we met with the
Because
ANC,
most of the
but
ANCs do not reflect all those people that live in those apartments, and the ANC does not reflect most of those. Most of the people at the South Ridge Road are not involved in the ANC like that.
right,
No,
and that is an area where we're not going in the neighborhood, we're going between the cement plant and the railroad tracks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you miss everybody.
I would like, I would like to say to DDOT that DDOT seems to miss the boat. For some reason, the city is moving in the direction of more people coming in here, more apartment buildings, shopping at 14th and Park Road, right here, New Hampshire Avenue and the Walmart, etc. That kind of thing is happening all over the city.
And you do it, sound like
But
the
you
fourth
tend to decrease the flow of traffic when you do that. When nobody considers that you have to sit in a block for 10 minutes because that traffic ahead of you cannot move because it's just too much. That median strip on Sherman Avenue is ridiculous. But yet you've got all these people moving into that Sherman Avenue area because it's being gentrified. So somebody's not thinking what the other person is thinking, and somewhere along the line, DDOT has to come to grips with what the citizens of the district, both new and old, prefer.
Well,
As
people
far
need to
as I am
understand.
concerned, my street is not a bike trail.
Well, people need to understand that DDOT is trying to turn this city into a walkable.
Well, you might turn
That's
it
why they
into a
slowing down
walkable,
traffic
but you
and all that.
still have offices and
They're going
stores
there.
where employees flow into the city in their cars. So somehow they might walk when they get there and park for the rest of the
Yeah.
day, but something has to be done to alleviate the traffic, and these things that DDOT does makes it worse.
But one thing I do want to say to everybody, this is what I want to say to everybody. Jim is out here, the Park Service is out here, they front people for the people who's making these decisions. We need to start picking that phone up, calling down to the council, letting them folks know what we want, and if they don't do what we want, then we want to vote them out of office. I mean, DDOT, Jim, he's here, taking all the abuse from us or what, all our concern, but he had to go back to people he needs to point to. The council and the mayor is supposed to balance balance between all the community as to what we really need, but they're not doing that. I mean, we keep on voting for the same folks, and they not doing what they supposed to do to serve us, and they using our tax dollars to do all this. So we need to start getting on the phone. We should get on the phone when we leave this meeting. Called the only reason he said he hit at night, and Brandon's own staff person said that Brandon and them arranged with you to bring these folks out. And I just want to say that when he came to our South Manor meeting, and he heard how people in South Manor were not satisfied with what was going on, he has circumvented our meeting ever since. I mean, he started having meetings down here, which we didn't understand. Why was he having meetings down here?
Just one
I know, but they had a couple meetings down here.
with him there.
Okay, but I ain't talking about Brandon, you know. I'm just talking about how they circumvented our meeting in South Manor and haven't been back since, which is really want to know why they circumvented our meeting.
I think, Ms. Turner, you
I
want to
just
say?
wanted to ask 2 questions if I could.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.